Haribo. Happy to see Hari Vilas Prabhu in Vrindavan Dham after so many years. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Chana Ballava Girivaradhari Gopi Chana Ballava Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Ballava Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Ballava Girivaradhari Yasadhanandana Janardana Yasadhanandana Janardana Yasadhanandana Janardana Yamuna Tera Vanachari Yamuna Tera Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shirate Jai Radha Gopinata Radha Gopinata Shirate Jai Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Shirate Jaya Lalita Visakha, Lalita Visakha, Lalita Visakha, Jaya Lalita Visakha. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jai Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimati Gopal Krishna Goswami Dhani Prabhupada Sasahityam Yapakasha Vitiracha Vacharangirva Sarvapate Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyanangana Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadhantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalang Shri Gurung Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakambitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanispari Visabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Ghora Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. I'd like to greet you all. Happy Vasant Panchami. Even though it is considered to be the first day of spring. Basant means spring, but it's not really, not yet, because it'll be still cold in the next few days. It doesn't really correspond, the Basant Panchami, to the exact day of springtime. But in Vrindavan, whenever Lord Krishna would enter the forest to pasture the cows and the cows along with his cowherd boyfriends, it'll turn into a springtime. Even though in Vrindavan there are 6 main seasons. In some places of India they also have 6 seasons, but in some places not really. Mostly monsoon and just summer. But in Vrindavan, it says also that every day is a springtime. It is the most conducive. This is the best of the seasons. According to the Bhagavad-Gita as well, Lord Krishna says, of the month I am the spring. Chapter 10, text 35. Spring is very special because it's neither hot and it's neither cold. But now it's still a little cold. However, this day is very special because all over India they are celebrating this Basant Panchami. In Braj, the pujaris, they will anoint the transcendental form of the Lord with gulal or some colors. Just like, as you have noticed today, Gornitai here, and I'm sure Krishna Balaram and Radhesham Lalita Visakha, they have some rose gulal. This will go on till Holi. That is the culmination of this festival. And today also, the Saja Bihari temple. When you go to Loy Bazaar and the way to Radha Raman temple, you will go to a junction, a T, where you have to turn left to go to Radha Raman temple. And then as soon as you hit that road again, the T intersection, there's a temple there. It's called Saja Bihari temple, where today they will have the darshan. It's a very amazing place. I remember our Dinabandhu Prabhu brought us there one time. And many devotees also continuously go there every year. You will see a different colors of chandeliers. And the pillars are not really like as we have here. Like typically pillars are rectangular. The pillars there are like thrilling. And different colors. So if you have time today, you can go and visit that temple. It's very famous. Thousands of devotees from Vrindavan will go and visit that temple. Today is very auspicious also because Basant Panchami means Sarasvati Puja. Sarasvati is an expansion of the energy of Srimati Radharani. All the Shaktis are expansions of Srimati Radharani, like the gopis or the goddesses of fortune. And in the material world, there are these 3 trinities, goddesses, Sarasvati, Lakshmi, and Parvati, corresponding the escorts of Brahma, Lord Vishnu, and Lord Shiva. So Sarasvati, she is also called Gayatri. She is the goddess of learning, music, arts, and so on. She is worshipped today, especially the students in India, or those followers of Indian culture, or you may say Hindu Dharma. In schools and universities, They would worship her, do puja. Today is a very special day if one wants to begin a project, like construct a school or a university. And today also I was told by Vishnunam Prabhu that we will have our first construction in our Ojai farm. It's about 16 kilometers away from here, whereby we will have a hut made of straw. We're starting a farming community there. So anyone who's interested to come and join us, today is a good day also for that. So Saraswati, she is very famous as a goddess of learning. For the young kids also, today will start their learning, especially in schools and so on. As you can see, our deities are adorned with yellow colored dress or outfits. I would like to thank our dressmaking department for this very wonderful offering to their lordships. It's really appropriate. All of this background, the backdrop, and the flowers, yellow. Today they offer yellow marigold or yellow mustard seed flowers to Saraswati. So today they worship Saraswati, but we worship Saraswati every day. Because Saraswati is not different than Srimati Radharani. She is the ultimate goddess of fortune. Hiladini Shakti, the one who gives the highest pleasure to Lord Krishna. Saraswati, she wears yellow or white, usually white. And her carrier is a swan. So it's very auspicious day also, because today is the appearance day of Srimati Vishnupriya Devi, the appearance day of Sri Pundarik Vidyanidhi, the appearance day of Sri Raghunandan Thakur, the appearance day of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, and the disappearance day of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Haribo! So it's quite a festive day for all of us, Vaishnavas. We will try to describe and glorify. If I cannot do all of them, but we will try as much as possible. Okay, we'll start with Pundarik Vijanidhi. Pundarik Vijanidhi is none other than King Vrishabhanu in Radha Krishna Leela. He is the father of Srimati Radharani. So in Gaura Leela, he appeared as Pundarik Vijanidhi, and externally, he may look like a sense enjoyer, material sense enjoyer. That when he came to Navadvip, he disguised himself as such. He was wearing embroidered silk cloth, sitting on a brass bed, covered with red silk canopies and bed sheets. He is surrounded by beautiful women as his servants. He's also having this hookah, a pipe for smoking. And his lips are reddened with this betel nut, pan. We offer Lord Krishna also these items, this pan, but we don't take it as Mahaprasad. Otherwise, one will get intoxicated and he will walk like, you must have seen people in Vrindavan walking like that. Mostly there, they took pan, or they will spit red Now you have to pay a hefty fine. Modi doesn't want that. He doesn't like that. So, Mukunda Das, whenever there's a Vaishnava, a great Vaishnava will come and visit Navadvip, he will get the first news. So immediately, because Mukunda Das, who is the father of Raghunandan Das Thakur, we will talk about him later, is a good friend of Gadadhar Pandit. Now Gadadhar Pandit is one of the Panchatattvas. He's also none other than Srimati Radharani. Two Radharanis came. Of course, Lord Chaitanya is in the mood of Radharani, but to assist him, because who else can know herself except her own self, as Gadadhar, to heighten up the love and emotion of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu towards Lord Krishna himself. So Gadadhar was practically dragged, like Prabhupada was dragged by his friend to see Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So what happens is that when he sees this Pundarik Vijayanidhi, immediately within his mind he says, how is this? How is it possible that he is a great Vaishnava? That cannot be. Externally, he is like the epitome of the topmost materialist, sense enjoyer. So now, Mukunda Das, he tried to prove to Gadadhar Pandit that this personality is a great personality. And so he recited a verse from the 10th canto, the 6th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam. That verse, when Putana came to see Lord Krishna, and because she is a Rakshashi sent by King Kangsha to kill Krishna, she wanted to offer her breast to feed Lord Krishna, milk from her breast. And therefore, Lord Krishna, he fulfilled that desire of Putana. So he took the milk from her and also her life at the same time. But because of this gesture of offering milk to Lord Krishna, she got the benediction to be like that of a mother in the spiritual world. And as soon as Pundarik Vijayanidhi heard this, haywire, everything becomes disheveled. He ripped his embroidered silk apart. He fell into the ground. He cried like a madman. Everything was disheveled. All the silk canopies, everything, the hookah fell to the ground, broke down, broken, everything. And immediately he fell unconscious. So Gadadhar Pandit was amazed. How is this? In the beginning, he looks like a materialist, but now he's exhibiting these symptoms of one who is in bhava, one who's in love of God. So he asked Mukunda Datta or Mukunda Das Prabhu. After 6 hours, he came into his consciousness, Pundarik Vijayanidhi. And then before that, he asked Mukunda Das, how can I atone for this sin because I offend a great Vaishnava? And we should learn from this that we should be very careful. Even the thought of criticizing or blaspheming a Vaishnava should not be done. Because first it comes through the mind, then to the words, and then physically. So it was decided that he will take initiation from Pundarik Vijayanidhi, which it just makes sense. He is the father, Vrishabhanu, and daughter, Gadadhar, Srimati Radharani. So the connection is there. Pundarik Vijayanidhi, such an exalted soul that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called him as Pita, father. Because yes, he's in the mood of Srimati Radharani, so that is the father. Pita Premanidhi Pundarik Vijayanidhi. He called him like that. Premanidhi, ocean of prem. Such an exalted personality. So we must also be very, very careful. Don't judge the devotees by their external appearance, by their birth, where they come from. Many of our leading leaders came from the West. They surrendered to Srila Prabhupada. So when we say, oh, he's a Videsi, no. He cannot be compared to those who lived or took birth in India. These are more exalted than the Videsi Goswamis or Sannyasis Prabhupada initiated. No. Physical appearance also? No. Be very careful. We don't know who's coming to the temple. Maybe some of them are demigods. Yes, they want to have darshan of Radha and Krishna. Gaurnita and Krishna Balaram. Some of them, they even come without, like shirt, just a longi. Of course, in Mayapur, you will not be able to enter Mayapur temple with that. They're very strict. In Vrindavan, we're a little bit lenient. They can come because we don't want to offend Vaishnavas. Prabhupada also, during one of those leelas, the temple commander here, those days, he reprimanded one of these visitors, and Prabhupada says, no, you go and see him and apologize. Of course, sometimes they may act like sahaja, or they will roll on the ground, and then Prabhupada says, kick him. If he retaliate, if he complain, that means he's fake. And if he don't, then it's okay. So that happened in LA, and it happened here also in Vrindavan. So that's Pundarik Vijayanidhi, very, very advanced devotee, externally like a materialist. So now again, this Mukunda Das, he's the father of Raghunandan Das Thakur. Mukunda Das is the king's physician. He's like the doctor, Kaviraj. And he's a great personality also. Mukunda Das. And Raghunandan Das Thakur is just a young boy, a 5-year-old boy. And our history of in our books, Srimad Bhagavatam, 5-year-old is like a magical age. 5-year-old Prahlad Maharaj, 5-year-old Dhruva Maharaj. Because that is the start of the consciousness started to become developed. So Raghunandan Das Thakur is a young boy. And the father says one time, you know what? We've been worshipping our Gopinath for generations, but I'm going for an errand. So you please take care of our deity Gopinath. Be sure you do everything, offer agarbati, offer flowers, and also you make sure that you offer boga. But you make sure that Gopinath will eat. So, because Raghunandan Das Thakur is so pure. Even though he may look like very innocent, just like a young boy, but he is having this pure love for Krishna. So the father left, and then now it's time to do the offering. So he offered full Raj Bhog offering. It's like here. We have Raj Bhog offering, big box. You cannot eat all of that. You need like maybe two or three more devotees with you to eat that. So Raghunandan Das Thakur says to Gopinath, now you please eat. Then he came back and still all the prasad still there. He says, no, you have to eat. Eat, because my father told me that you must eat. If you don't eat, I'll be scolded. I'll be in trouble. So, what happens is that Gopinath took everything. He took, not literally, but physically. So now, the father returned, Mukunda Das. So, how is the puja? How is the offering? Oh, yes, I did good, I think. So yes, where is the prasadam? Where is the Mahaprasad? Where is the remnants? I said, Mahaprasad, remnants? There's nothing left. Why? What do you mean nothing left? Because whenever he would offer to the Lord, the Mahaprasad will be there. Just imagine if Raghunandan Das Thakur is here, there'll be no Mahaprasad for all of us. So what happens that, are you sure? Because he knew that he will not lie. He's a young boy. Usually kids, they don't lie. Right? Yes, they don't lie. They always like tell the truth. So, are you sure? Yes, I told him, as you asked me, he's going to eat, he eats. So, okay, he wanted to be sure really if Raghunandan Das Thakur is telling the truth. Okay, why don't you do the next offering? That means the 4 o'clock offering. Because lunch is over, right? So, okay, I will do it. But then, Mukunda Das, what he did is, he hid. And there's a small hole. And he was like peeking and trying to see what's going on, whether this Raghunandan Das Thakur is telling a lie or not. So, and he saw Gopinath is eating the laddu. So he entered, and Gopinath stopped eating that laddu. So it's only half a laddu remain. And because he's already full from lunch, so he only took half of the laddu. And that deity is still there. If you go to that place where it is being worshipped, yes, we will be able to still find Raghunandan Das Thakur's deity of Gopinath. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he asked in Jagannath Puri, he asked Mukunda Das, who is the father? Is your son the father, or the father is the son? And Mukunda Das says, Raghunandan is the father. How is that? He was born from Mukunda Das, so technically he is the son. But then, when Mukunda Das says that he is the father, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu smiled. And he understood why. Because in Krishna consciousness, those devotees whom we are considered to be the ones who will give us Krishna consciousness, enlighten us, even though they may be junior than us by age or even by initiation. There is a meaning of senior devotee in Krishna consciousness. Usually, senior devotee in Krishna consciousness means one who took initiation before you or before us. That is considered as a senior devotee. There is also what you call senior devotee as by age. We should consider them as senior. Respect should be there. And there is also seniority whereby it means that one is more advanced, realized, and knowledgeable in Krishna consciousness. Now they may be considered to be like younger than us, or they may be like considered as taking initiation after us, but they are considered to be senior. Senior doesn't mean, oh, Prabhu, I've been here for 25 years. I'm sure I'm senior. Or 30 years. No. If you are not Krishna conscious, if you're still attached materially, if you're still acting like a neophyte, you may be here for many, many years, more than I do. You are not a senior devotee. But respect should be always there. Don't forget that. So that we will not commit any Vaishnav aparad. So this is the lesson we can get from Raghunandan Das Thakur. He is Kandarpa Manjari. That means assistant of Radha and Krishna. A Manjari means younger by age from the Sakhis, compared to the Sakhis. Like Lalita Sakhi, Visakha Sakhi. They're more innocent in such a way that they can be with Radha and Krishna even in most intimate pastimes. In some pastimes of Radha and Krishna, they cannot, the Sakhis, they cannot enter. But the young ones, they can. He's also considered to be Pradyumna from the Chaturvyuha, the four expansions of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna being the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the immediate expansion are Sankarsan, Aniruddha, Vasudev, and Pradyumna. Pradyumna is none other than Cupid. Cupid. The one, Valentine's Day is coming up. That means he's the one. Kamadev. He has these arrows and he will shoot the boys and girls to be connected. But Krishna is Madan Mohan. He's attractor of Cupid. And Radharani is Madan Mohan Mohini, the attractor of Cupid. So she is topmost. So we must be very careful. Material lust is our greatest enemy, and Pradyumna is the personified. He is the one who instigates the lusty desires for all the conditioned souls in the material world. Yeah. He is the son of Rukmini and Lord Krishna in Dwarka Leela. So, now we have Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami is none other than Rati Manjari. These Goswamis of Vrindavan, the 6 Goswamis, the followers and disciples of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they're all Manjaris. We're very fortunate to be in this Sampradaya. In our Sampradaya, these exalted personalities came to teach us the art of loving Krishna. Raghunath Das Goswami is the Prayojana Acharya. Prayojana Acharya means he is the personification of the person who teaches us how to attain the fulfillment of one's life's goal, which is Krishna Prem. He is so exalted, even though he was born in a very, very wealthy family. His father, Govardhan Majumdar, and his brother, Hiranya Majumdar, they were landowners. In those days, they earned lakhs and lakhs and lakhs of rupees. That's 500 years ago. And if you are earning lakhs and lakhs of rupees, that means compared to today, even if you're a billionaire, that is not enough. That is not enough. Even if you have the most Bitcoin currency, that still that is not enough compared to them. So Raghunath Das Goswami is the first Goswami to meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That even though while he was still young, he got the blessings and mercy from Srila Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur can see that this boy is a special boy. So let me give him my blessings. That when he heard from Haridas Thakur about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wanted to go and see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was visiting Navadvip. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he asked his father, if I can go, okay, you can go. But then, when he met Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he doesn't want to leave the association of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, you must go back. Go back. When the right time comes, you can come and join me. Please act in such a way that you are being involved in the family affairs. And don't worry, when the right time comes, you can come and see me. Actually, he spent 16 years with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, along with his secretary, Sarup Damodar. He told later on to Raghunath Das Goswami that you will be under the tutelage of Sarup Damodar, my secretary. He's the best one who can be your association. So Raghunath Das Thakur came back home, and they can understand the parents how so attached Raghunath Das Goswami to Lord Chaitanya, and then he would attempt to escape many, many times, that he made it in such a way, Govardhan Majumdar, to have some security guards with him, so that he cannot escape, because they don't want. I'm sure you have that kind of experience also, some of you. Your parents will not want you to join the Hare Krishnas. Not in my case. My parents are very favorable. They did not discourage my joining the Hare Krishna movement. That sometimes my father would introduce me to his friends. Oh, he's like a Buddhist, Buddhist. Because he doesn't know the difference between the Buddhist and the Hare Krishna devotee. So, to make it more difficult for Raghunath Das Thakur to live, they arranged for a beautiful woman to be married to Raghunath Das Goswami. She is compared to the most beautiful lady in the heavenly planets. It's like if there's a very beautiful woman here, your attention is with me, right? But if there's a beautiful woman here walk by, I'm sure some of you will walk towards her, to the end, by your sight. This is the attraction of Maya. So, but no, to no avail, Raghunath Das Thakur says, okay, I will get married. But still, his mind will always running to go and be with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So much so that the mother says, what can we do? We already have the most beautiful woman to be married to our son, but that cannot stop him from running towards Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it is impossible. We cannot do anything because one day, Raghunath Das Goswami, he has this Kula Guru. In India, the Kula Guru means family, a guru, spiritual master. Now, they may not be 100% Vaishnava, but because generation after generation, it happens that the Kula Guru is there. That his Kula Guru says, oh, I have a problem. I have to go and I need someone to do worship for my deity. So, do you know anybody? He told Raghunath Das Goswami. And Raghunath Das Goswami says, I have an idea. I think I can do it. Let me do it, Guruji. So he arranged, he asked his parents if he can do it. So in that way, he'll be able to get away from the house. And after the puja and the return of the Kula Guru, he ran away. He ran away. He went wherever Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, and he ended up in Jagannath Puri. That so much so he from the Kadacha, from the notebook of Sarup Damodar, he learned many of the pastimes, and he also recorded whatever experience he had with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He ended up in Vrindavan. He will only take 100 grams of buttermilk every day. That means one dona, one lift cup of buttermilk. This is how austere Raghunath Das Goswami. Actually, in the beginning, he will take prasad. But when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, he was only taking fruits and milk. That after Sanatan Goswami left, he was only taking 100 grams of buttermilk. And then, when Srila Rupa Goswami left his body, he completely gave up drinking and eating. So much so that he looks like, he's very frail, he's very weak. Skin and bones practically, and everyone was crying, begging him to please take care of yourself. We don't want you to live, not to have your association. He would chant 1 lakh holy names of the Lord. That means 64 rounds, which will take about 8 hours. He would do Manasa Puja with his spiritual body. He would offer 1,000 obeisances to Thakurji, to Lord Krishna. He would offer 2,000 obeisances to the Vaishnavas, and he would embrace them. He would do Govardhan Parikrama every day. He's so austere that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him his own Govardhan Shila. Now that Govardhan Shila, we can still have darshan. You can ask the Pujari in Radha Golokananda temple in Vrindavan. It's very small. It's about this size. And you can see the thumb imprint of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's thumb, because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would always massage that the Govardhan Shila melted because of the love of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu towards the Govardhan Shila. He also gave Raghunath Das Goswami this Gunjamala, And he worshipped them till his last breath. Actually, when he came to Vrindavan, he wanted to give up his life. He cannot take the separation from his beloved Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami consoled him and says, do not worry, everything will be fine. Everything will be taken care of. So under Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, he agreed. And every day in Radhakund, he would take bath 3 times. And also, he would give Gaura Katha for 3 hours. Now, we cannot imitate Raghunath Das Goswami, give up everything and go to Radhakund and do so-called bhajan, worship of the Lord. I've seen many devotees, because I've been in Vrindavan for a few years, immediately they think that they can be like a Babaji, Hare Krishna Mahamantra and go to Govardhan, or especially Radhakund, which is considered as the topmost place in the universe. After some time, I see them with long hair, taking all of this different tapasya, but then because they don't have purity in their heart, before we want to desire to reside in this holy place like Radhakund, purity must be there already. If one has to have a tinge of material desire, then he will not be able to exist there for a long time, and one will find himself back to square one, back to where we came from before, and then go back to our old ways. And thinking that, no, I cannot do it, it's too much. And completely stop the process of bhakti. So this would be a lesson for all of us. First, we should follow the instructions coming from our Param Guru, or Guru Maharaj. Chant 16 rounds minimum, not maximum, minimum. Attentively, without any offenses. Follow the 4 regulative principles. Be active during the day. Not just hearing and reading. One should also do some practical service. Wherever you belong to, which temple you belong to. Even if you're in Vrindavan, we have so many services here we can offer to you. Be active until the senses becomes controlled, the mind becomes peaceful, then we can relish wherever we are the process of devotional service. So that's Raghunath Das Goswami. He's an amazing personality. Amazing. He will only take rest 90 minutes every day. And sometimes he will forget to take rest. Same with eating. Now we cannot do this. But we have to regulate our senses. Don't eat too much, don't eat too little. Don't sleep too much, don't sleep too little. But we can work very hard for Krishna. Because 24 hours is not enough. Like Srila Prabhupada. He will only sleep for how long? Very short period of time. And he will be engaged as much as possible. So we should follow in the footsteps of the great acharyas, but not imitate them. He wrote few books like Mana Shiksha. You've heard of that book? Mana Shiksha. How to preach to the mind. Mana Shiksha. I believe Jayapatak Swami also has a commentary of this, Mana Shiksha. Oh dear mind, who are you? Who do you think you are? We have, just like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, we have to beat the mind in the morning with the shoes, and in the evening with a broom, or it's the other way around. It's the same thing. But don't beat yourself physically, otherwise it will be a movement of turbans. No. Beat the mind with the teachings from Srila Prabhupada's books, from the Goswamis. Have someone to look after you in your pursuit of spiritual life. You cannot say, oh, I know everything. I don't need anybody. Oh, my Guru Maharaj has left, so I don't need any other gurus. Okay, Prabhupada is my guru. So follow what Prabhupada says. So, who else is here? Huh? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Oh, he is an expansion of Srila Rupa Goswami. Srila Rupa Goswami is a Rasa Acharya. In the mellows of loving devotional service, he wrote many books in order to expound all of these teachings so that we can learn how to develop our relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Shri Radhe Shyam. He's very prolific. He wrote many, many books also. Vishwanath. Vishwanath means one who reveals. Vishwanath. The Lord of the entire creation, both material and spiritual worlds. That's Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Even at the young age, during his studies, he wrote already 3 books, Ujjwala Nilamani and Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu, and another one. His amazing personality, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, that even though in the beginning he may be also like a worldly personality, he was married, but that doesn't mean that is disqualification. Most of our devotees in ISKCON are grihastas, and many of them are exemplary. Many of them are role models. We can be inspired from them, not just to the sannyasis. Many. I know many. Most of the associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are grihastas. Very few are sannyasis. So, let me read something. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He says he wrote 40 Sanskrit books on the science of pure devotion to Radha Giridhari. He is Vinod Manjari, again, Manjari. And his samadhi is in Radha Golokananda temple courtyard. So he was known as the crest jewel of the Vaishnavas because of his pure devotion, scholarship, and realized perception of Radha Golokananda's intimate conjugal pastimes. The purports of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, especially in the Srimad Bhagavatam, is where Srila Prabhupada, one of the acharyas or devotees, whereby Srila Prabhupada based his purports from. It's like in the 10th canto, we will read every day, according to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He wrote this Sarta Dipika. Sarta Darshani Dipika. That means the eyes or the illumination whereby we can see. Because the acharyas like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, intimate associate of the Supreme Lord, they can enter very deep to the pastimes that a normal or general devotee will not be able to see. So that means they reveal more, they illuminate more these pastimes for us to see, to understand. But sometimes the acharyas may differ in their purports because they see things in the different points of views or angle of vision. Like Sanatan Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Sridhar Swami. But we owe a lot, so much, to these different acharyas. But because of their illuminations, their deeper realization, and they can reveal to the world the pastimes of the Lord is not mundane. It is transcendental. We can just appreciate them and try not to understand them because we're not able to do it. We're beyond. With our teeny, puny, little mind, we'll not be able to do it. We'll not be able to understand this. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur was the protector, guardian, and acharya during the middle period of the historical development of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. That means 1600 to 1700. That there was a story that during that time, the Jai Singh, king of Jaipur, the second, the Ramanuja Acharya followers, they said that we don't have credibility, that our sampradaya is not valid, is not bona fide. But that time, Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur was already old. So there was some invitation that came so that they can have a debate and prove that our sampradaya, Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya sampradaya is bona fide. So he sent his disciple Baladev Vidya Bhusan to do it. They don't accept this Gaudiya. Only up to Madhvacharya, yes. But after this, no. But he was able to prove. Govinda Ji revealed himself and he wrote this commentary. Because we said that the commentary, the natural commentary of the Brahma Sutra is the Srimad Bhagavatam. So there should be nothing else besides that. But then, Govinda Ji, he wrote, practically wrote what Baladev Vidya Bhusan composed, which later on known as Govinda Bhashya. It was proven, at that time, it was proven that yes, we are bona fide. So you can tell the proof by its tree. Similarly, Baladev Vidya Bhusan is a great personality. His Guru Maharaj, Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur, is the same. And similarly, we have to act in such a way that we can be a pure representative of Srila Prabhupada. The teacher would like to see his student to be greater than him. But there will be no time that we can be greater than Srila Prabhupada. But he would want us to be many moons. Of course, one moon is enough to eliminate the entire universe. But he wants many moons. And in our movement, there are many moons. So we should follow in the footsteps of those many moons that Prabhupada created for our own benefit, for our own welfare, for our own spiritual life. That one day, Prabhupada will be proud of us. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. I don't have time for Vishnupriya Mataji. She's one of the consorts of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not only one wife, 2 wives. But he is the ideal sannyasi as well. We can read that from Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Right. Tell the story of that she would only one rice.
Oh, she was so austere. Yeah, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he left for sannyas, he gave an indication to Vishnupriya that he will take sannyas. But he wanted everything to be secret. He didn't even tell Mother Sachi or Vishnupriya that he will live the next day. So everyone was heartbroken. everyone was so devastated, including Vishnupriya, that she took a vow to only take whatever it takes for her to collect as many or as little grains of rice. So whenever she would chant the holy name of the Lord, then she will put 1 grain of rice aside. That is very difficult. She took that vow. We should take a vow that only what we can follow. And when you took a vow of vrat, don't tell anyone, hey Prabhu, didn't you know I did, parikrama, dandabats parikrama, I only eat like once a day, or, No, your vrat is for your own benefit. Don't be proud, because as soon as you become proud, all the credits that you obtain from doing that vrat will be washed away. Just like during Kartik, we took Damodar vrat, and Purushottam Mas is coming up this year. That's why everything is early. Everything is pushed, but then after Purushottam Mas, everything will be pushed back again to more. Kartik this year is going to be late. So Purushottam Mas is supposed to be, meant to be more potent than Damodar Mas. So you do your brat accordingly, okay? Don't grow your hair too much, looking like a Babaji but then eating too much at night. No, Prabhupada, no. Doesn't like that, growing our beards, something like this, just to show, hey Prabhu, I'm doing brat, didn't you see? No. Vishnupriya Mataji is amazing personality as well. Of course, there are expansions again of the goddesses of fortune, or Shrimati Radharani. So we stop here. Any questions? Any points? Are you all hungry now? I've heard one class of Ayendra Prabhu and Basant Panchami, and he says, be ready to fast till 12 noon. Because it's so vast. The topic today is so vast. He can do that. I cannot do it. I cannot speak here till 12. But hopefully we'll learn many things today and try to imbibe that in our practice of bhakti, so that we can grow and grow and grow in our development, love of God towards Sisi Radhe Shyam. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
Janardana Maharaj Ki Jai.